Hello and welcome to another Load Up Crypto update. Again, I would like to talk about one of these indicators, the MVRV Z-Score, which is an indicator that I believe I talked about before on this channel, and it is one of the few indicators that I mentioned already that flagged up a few weeks ago that Bitcoin is in an accumulation phase. I mean, we probably know that it is in an accumulation phase. We have crashed down like 60-70% for some altcoins, 80-90, some even 95%. Okay, if that is still healthy is another question, but a lot of altcoins are holding well, starting to recover, with Ethereum leading the way, Bitcoin also starting to recover, and a lot of these indicators flashed, especially for Bitcoin in the last few weeks, that we were in an accumulation phase. A lot are still flagging up that we are still in an accumulation phase. And if you simply were listening to these indicators, or differently, had you listened to these indicators in the past and had you bought whenever they flagged up accumulation, and had you sold whenever they flagged up selling, then you could have made a lot of money without all the hassle and in-between trading, and without making wrong decisions. So the MVRV Z-Score is an indicator that shows you the market value basically, and the realized value of Bitcoin. That has to do with market cap. Doesn't really, it's not really important to understand how exactly these work. What is important is here the Z-Score value. This is the red line. This is based off a standard deviation between the extremes of these two lines up here, the market value and the realized value. And depending on if we are in a red or a green zone, it is flagging up it as a sell signal or buy signal. So here we can see that on this indicator very nicely that we came into this green area. This indicator every single time has flagged up a cycle low in the green area, and we have just exited it. Yeah, we have just left the green area. That is a strong reversal signal. Now again, that doesn't mean we couldn't come down once more into it. It couldn't, it doesn't mean that we couldn't, like here, look at 2012, and I zoom in, we dipped into this zone, we even broke below it, we recovered, came into it once more, but made a higher low, and since then we've been on our way up. Yeah, and this is sort of what the, let me just refresh the indicator here. This is what this one is indicating, that we have possibly already seen the low. If we haven't seen it, we are very close to the low. And it is reversing back out of the green area at the moment. And whenever Bitcoin was in the green area so far, it has flagged up and it has forecasted the absolute cycle low. Yeah, this was the case 2012. This was the case here 2015. This was the case here end of 2017. This was here the case 2020 in March. And it was the case now again. So highly interesting, honestly. And this is flagging up also when you get into the red zone, that we are in a selling zone. Now you can see sometimes here it's only touching it. Sometimes it's really going deep into it, even exceeding above it. But you can see that over the years, the volatility is reducing. So we're making actually on this indicator as well, higher lows and lower highs. So the volatility also of the Z-score is reducing, which is just normal in, whenever the market cap of a certain asset is increasing. But what I want to communicate here is that we were in an accumulation zone. In my opinion, we still are, because looking at the bigger picture, we are still very, very much on the lower end here. We have come out now out of the green zone, or we're just trying to do so, which is just a strong reversal signal, and which just adds to the picture that we might have already seen the low of Bitcoin. If we haven't seen it, we are very close to it. And it adds to the other indicators that I showed you here on the website lookintobitcoin.com. that all suggested that we were in an accumulation zone. So for example, there were the other indicators I showed you here, the rainbow chart, which I showed you, I believe, when we were in the fire sale range here in dark blue. We've now left that as well. And we are now in the buy zone. So fire sale basically means the price is super cheap. Now we are in the buy zone where the price is still cheap and it still shows buy. And again, I'm not suggesting to you to buy, that's entirely up to you. But what I showed you is just how these indicators were flagging up and are flagging up where Bitcoin is, compared to historical data and everything, and all these indicators are strongly suggesting that we are in a reversal stage. Here as well, looking at the 200-week moving average, Bitcoin is back above the 200-week moving average, which also is a very strong support level. So historically it has the purple line here has historically always provided support for Bitcoin. We broke recently below it, but we have recovered. So just really wanted to show you that, that we are back on the way up. At the moment, we're not out of the woods, so it's, you know, there's no 100% guarantee that we are going up from here, but it's just that all these puzzle pieces are coming together and adding to the picture that we might have seen the low for Bitcoin already. It will remain interesting. So yeah, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.